Let me be honest with you. There's a reason I love Captain Ibrahim Traoré. And no, it's not just because he kicked out France. It's because he made me believe in something I thought was dead. True African leadership. While some presidents are out here dyeing their hair black and begging for loans, Traoré is busy defending land, protecting people, and building a future, with no script from Paris. So today, I'll show you why this man is different, and why we need more Traorés and fewer puppets. Burkina Faso, once one of the poorest, most terrorized countries in West Africa. Foreign troops on the ground, resources exploited, youth fleeing, and a government more loyal to Paris than to the people. Then came Captain Ibrahim Traoré in 2022. At just 34 years old, he walked in, not with a Gucci tie, but with a soldier's heart. And within months, the air shifted. Now, compare that to Faure Gnassingbé of Togo. 20 years in power, no gold refinery, no military independence, just silent obedience to France and the CFA franc. Or Paul Biya of Cameroon, over 40 years in power and still flies to Switzerland for medical treatment. Meanwhile, villages back home can't even access clean water. See the difference? Traoré doesn't hide in presidential palaces. He meets soldiers at the front, eats with farmers, talks directly to youth. That's not just leadership, that's revolutionary love for a people. One of his biggest moves? Nationalizing Burkina Faso's gold. Burkina produces over 50 tons of gold annually, but for years that gold benefited foreign corporations, not the people. Traoré said no more. He launched the country's first state-run gold refinery, so Burkina can process, sell, and benefit from its own wealth. That's like stopping the leak in your house before fetching more water. Other presidents? They still export raw materials and import poverty. And let's talk about the move that shocked the world. He kicked out French troops. Western media screamed, "Burkina will collapse. He's a danger to stability." But guess what? Security improved. Burkina Faso began training local defense forces, investing in arms, building military factories, and even introducing military boot camps for civilians. He turned fear into strength. Where others wait for NATO, Traoré is teaching Burkina to defend itself. But what touches me the most is his vision for the youth. Instead of pushing young people to Europe in boats, he's building schools, rewriting history books, and opening Pan-African leadership programs. He told them, Africa doesn't need saviors from outside. We are our own salvation. Other leaders? They build airports. Traoré builds identity. Traoré also launched a major push for food sovereignty. He's arming farmers with seeds, tools, and access to land, especially youth and women. And instead of importing rice from Asia, he's making sure Burkina Faso grows what it eats. In fact, his administration invested in over 20,000 hectares of farmland for local production. Other presidents are still negotiating rice deals. Traoré is planting hope. Traoré rarely wears suits. He wears military fatigues, not because he's staging a show, but because it's a symbol. He's not just sitting in office, he's fighting for the soul of Africa. And when he speaks, he doesn't stutter. He says things African leaders think but don't say. We are not free while others control our land, our gold, our mines. Mic dropped. What makes him even more powerful? He's inspiring others to rise. Mali is nationalizing mines. Niger is removing foreign troops. Ghana is rethinking gold exports. Chad and Guinea are watching closely. Even if Traoré is one man, his impact is multiplying. Because people don't follow titles, they follow courage. So why do I love Ibrahim Traoré? Because in a world full of puppets, he chose to be a protector. He didn't wait for permission. He stood up for his people, for Africa, for the future. And now it's our turn. Not to just admire, but to amplify this kind of leadership. Like this video if you believe Africa needs more Traorés. Share this with someone who still thinks Africa can't lead itself. Comment, Africa first, if you believe sovereignty is non-negotiable. Subscribe, because we don't wait for the media to validate our heroes. We do it ourselves.